pleases me to see you here before the Galahorn, here in the Holy Hall of Heimdall. Holy alliteration, Batman.
It is a magnificent relic.
It is but a depiction. The true Galahorn rests at our god's side. But it is functional, albeit none have had the breath enough to blow it in a long time. It's a massive horn.
When was the last time somebody was able to blow the horn, and for what purpose?
It was when this town was much smaller. The House of Galahorn was much smaller then. Probably no bigger than this altar area that we stand in. There were no walls at the time, simply the cliffs acted as a defense. It is when our people spilled their blood against giants, where we stood against them and said no more would we end up in their stew pots or crunched into meal for their bread.
The horn called for aid. Who answered?
The horn, when it is rung, can be heard by the heavens. It is said that holy warriors from the very realms of the gods did come. But the horn does not work anymore. At least those that have blown from it have not made a sound. The clarion call of the horn, we pray, shall be heard again when this world needs it the most.
You know, I know our gigantic friend out there has quite the loud voice, and longs to speak for days, I suspect. He certainly seems fond of it.
Yes, but it is you that stands before us here in our holy hall. We have not received any visits from your friends. What brings you here, Sir Galeth?
I seek guidance in the ways of the holy warriors, the paladins, the knights of the gods. Nawada is not so far removed from your tier.
Who himself is friend of Heimdall.
Yes, this is understood.
Tyr is a harsh god. Perhaps the teachings of Heimdall can temper it. I think Tyr is lawful neutral.
Yes.
In the Forgotten Realms he's lawful good, but I think in the canon for 3.5 deities and demigods, which I guess I could open. No, I'll open it later. This I can do. As we continue to teach Ingrid, of course. She's always needed a good sparring partner. And perhaps you can help her keep focus. She looks down like she's a bit embarrassed.
Well, whatever you do, don't take it easy on me.
Okay. You seem to smile at that. Alright. So, Galeth, you found your teacher, man.
Detect evil on him. I'm just kidding.
He's teaching you the path of the blackguard. What?
Oh, crap!
Okay.
It's not a...
Le garde noir. is how they said it, and he had no idea.
Easily confused with his evil twin.
All right. So you guys have your trainers. Lokirk needs to train from Svartklo as well as Miko to get his fighter Bard. Oberon spends a lot of time with the dwarven wizard woman. He kind of disappears for a while. I'm gonna stick him at her house.
He's gonna be a daddy.
What?
Nothing.
I don't think elves and dwarves mix that way.
We'll let the dice decide that.
No, we'll just let lore decide it.
Aw, man!
What was... Okay.
Let the dice.
I go to reading a little for 1 second.
How about again? No.
Shit, keep rolling.
Looking at the die roll to resolve. Okay, so 10 days of training for all of you. Basically, that puts us at the 15th for Galeth. Galeth completes training.
Okay, who's gonna be my overrun target?
Zildin completes training.
Uker.
Uker completes training on this day.
If you need to run somebody over, sure, Uker.
I guess,
You can run Uker down, you can run anyone down.
I guess all of you did your training first, right? So that's probably the smart way to do it. Who am I missing? Uker. No.
Lemio.
Lemio. Lokirk.
Lemio.
Oberon. There we go.
Lemio.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Is there anything
Lemmy's
else
like
that you guys want to do? Like, are there any spells that...
Research a spell and then play this spell game of righty scribbly, crafty potiony.
Yes.
Okay. So I think Lokirk's going to, or Oberon's going to convert all of his leftover coin into ink.
Okay.
Because I think he's got a ton of spells to write. Although he's got 500 gold pieces of ink, so let me.
That's a shit ton of spells. That's 10.
So that I'm not actually held up doing this. Can you, Adam, start to figure out how much time he needs to pen those scrolls?
Okay, sure.
And then the cost.
Sure.
And
it'll
then
be shorter than he thinks.
His spell library is pretty self-explanatory.
It's on his sheet, right?
Yeah, it's above his Arcana spells and his wizard spells, like the ones he actually prepared. It's one set of spell books for both classes. So if you could do that for me, that would be great.
Yeah.
Azildan learns a single spell. Is there any additional training that you guys want to do? Because I think
Zybor or Zybor, yeah.
All right, so you wanted to you want to go meet Zybor. Is anyone else leaving the village with Azildan?
Lemmy? No, Lemmy's researching.
Lemmy's researching spells. So I think Azildan's going to be sent out there alone.
He'll sneak his way there.
He'll stealthily move through the... Okay, so basically you're given some instructions on how to find the forest. It's nearby. And it'll take you like a day or two to get out there and a day or two to get back. So basically 5 days, depending on how long you have to stay at Zybor's.
Okay.
I don't think I created a token for Zybor.
Oberon can cast thirds, right?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, prepare your spells for this little journey.
Okay, yeah, I'll prepare my spells. I got them prepared for something else.
I'm going to just add the one I gave him to his list, because it's not apparently on his list right now.
Holy clicky. Okay.
Okay.
Give me a stealth check as you're stealthing out there, and then give me a survival to follow the instructions.
Okay, just stealth on the sheet. New stealth is 12. So, 13. Rolled a 1.
Okay, so you think you're being stealthy as you're leaving the town. You're happy to be out in new wildernesses and...
Do I have the wrong camouflage on?
You have the wrong color camouflage.
It's not autumn here.
Awesome rolls. Rolled a 3.
Okay, so 15, that was the DC I had in mind, so you're okay. You do manage to get out to the forest, and you're not too sure exactly where the grove is. You're told that there should be some buildings and barn-like structures, and like it's actually a pretty big place. But you're stumbling around the forest, and you think you're in the right direction, but you can't find him. So what are you doing? You're sneaking while you're looking.
All right, but I think I'm in the right general location.
Yep.
Okay, well, at this point, he'll come out of hiding, sneaking, and start yelling, Tybor! Tybor! Hello!
Bird flies into a tree, and then it startles you with the noise that it's making as it begins to knock on the tree. It's a woodpecker.
Okay, well, it's a woodpecker.
And it flies off. Give me a knowledge nature.
No, that's not my knowledge nature. I only wish
You
it would
keep
be a 15.
Okay. They could use that as a warning sign, but weird that it would come flying closer to you, then make the noise and then fly off.
Yeah. Alright, he just looks for tracks or any indication of people.
Okay. Give me a survival for tracking. As you
Survival for
soon
tracking.
realize that this place is covered in weird tracks.
28.
All right. There is something that is bear-like. You find the tracks of perhaps a large snake, as well as the tracks of an overly large mink or ferret. I mean like a man-sized ferret. And they all seem to be going in the same direction, and what's really weird is that the tracks are overlapping on top of each other like they were traveling together.
Okay, well, we'll follow that animal trainer man.
Alright, so you follow this right into a collection of buildings that are kind of hidden in forested hillsides, but now that you're standing in the center of which is this amazing menagerie of little cages and fenced-in areas. There are lots of birds in the trees. There are no humans, but there are... Looks like somebody's in the middle of making a saddle.
Okay,
Bounding into the middle of the road is a pony-sized ferret-looking creature with a big fluffy tail. It's black fur with a big white stripe that runs all the way down from its head all the way down to the upper side of the tail.
and
We're
he
talking about
stops
Booker's puppy.
cold in his tracks.
This would be the thing that I had to explain to my Chinese in-law about. You don't fuck with these things because they don't have these in China.
let's see. Did they have this type of rodent-like mammal on your planet? Maybe.
I don't know. What am I rolling?
Let's see. Roll a d3. 1, they've got skunks. 2, they kind of have something similar, and then 3, they don't know what this is.
Oh no. Oh no.
There's a peculiar scent.
You've got. Where have you been digging? Jeez. Got a bit of an.
It sits up a little bit. It's curious.
Alright. Oh, I can speak with animals. Do you know Zybor?
Are you cast a spell or
It's a spell-like ability. I've got.
animal domain?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yes.
It's really proud.
Cyber, good teacher.
Yeah, where is he?
He's around.
A little bit more precise, maybe, like over there, over there.
Who are you?
I'm Zildin.
Hi, Zildin. I'm Rosie.
Hello, Rosie.
Are you friend or foe?
Oh, I'm a friend. I'm a friend.
You're a talker.
Yeah, I'm running out of talking. And just can you point me towards Zybor?
He's around.
Yeah, you said that.
Sometimes he crawls. Sometimes he slithers. Sometimes he crab walks. Sometimes he crawls. Sometimes he climbs. Did I already say crawl? Yeah, he crawls. And then he flies sometimes. And sometimes he's big. And sometimes he's small. She's getting a little bit closer each time. She's speaking.
Okay. Oh, alright, what was he doing last? Hey, he wasn't pecking, was he?
Sometimes.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, you mean the birds? Ones that hit
Yeah.
their head against the trees? They're stupid.
Yeah,
But they're his guards. Wait a
there
second.
was gods.
Are you friend or foe?
I already told you, I'm a friend.
Well, if you're foe, I need to spray you.
Spray me? With what? What's so funny?
You want to see?
See what?
Alright, and you're actually talking to a creature that has a slightly bit more intelligence than an animal, and it's a bit mischievous, and spraying people it thinks is funny. So, Rosie,
It's not wrong.
Rosie kind of aims
my
her
wife
ass.
called me thinking the house was on fire because the dog got sprayed by a skunk.
Kind of aims her ass at you, and her tail comes up, and there's this horrid stench that is now spraying out of the back end of the mink-like thing. Rosie, the northern Zerillo, or giant skunk, is now spraying Zildin. So you're flat-footed. It needs to make a ranged touch attack with its
Yeah,
voice.
it's like a thick liquid.
Yeah,
It's a thick urine-like liquid.
and we'll just pretend that she's got... Yeah. What's your flat-footed AC?
15.
Oh, 13. It missed. But it stinks.
What? What is that? It's awful. Why would you do that to anyone?
You need to learn it. You need to learn at least once. It says. That's why dogs don't bug me.
What would bug you if it... I'm leaving, boy.
Where are you going?
Away from that, and he points like to the puddle. That,
Right.
that would be the musk.
Don't worry. It'll wear off in a few weeks.
Few weeks. Few weeks. It's nothing like that. I put an air on my own face.
It runs around you and it brushes its bushy tail in your head a little bit.
No, keep that away from me.
Okay. She seems to be trying to corral you further into this pen of weird animals. There are no horses here.
So where's Eyeball?
She seems to like you, friend.
Okay, where'd that come from?
Okay, there's a
He's
big
looking
there's a
around.
big owl.
You, Eyeball? By any chance? Oh, alright, my name's Azilden. Thanks. A couple people,
The owl's
a silver,
chuckling.
a silver monkey told me to come train with you. Silver monkey, you know.
Before
You're
your eyes,
tall.
it's shedding its feathers, and there's this really feral and old, wrinkly man up on the branch of the tree where the owl once was. He's half elven, but his skin is like leather and wrinkly, and he's kind of squatting on all fours like a frog.
Nice beard.
Hey, I'm Zybor.
Yeah, I was looking for you.
Oh, I saw you. Just wanted to see if you get along with Rosie. She seems to like you.
And Rosie's like rubbing her fur against you and kind of around your legs.
Yeah, what's with that stuff that comes out her bum? Because that's awful.
He sits down and, like a professor, tells you all about a skunk, which they call the Northern Zorillo.
And he's actually, well, that's a remarkable defense. That's pretty good, actually.
Zildin, yeah, with your nature training, you know that there are some animals that produce a musk as a defense form, and apparently skunks, I did some reading, aren't the stinkiest animal. There are some that are worse on this planet that are real animals. You should do some Googling, because that stuff is like, wow, okay. I'll take a skunk over some of these other things. Apparently sloths are really stinky, because they move so slow that there are insects and funguses that grow on them, and they're really stinky animals apparently.
That's disgusting.
They move so slow that they have, yeah. The more you know. All right. I haven't created a token for Zorillo, but I did create a token for Rosie.
Is it a Pepe Le Pew
No,
cartoon?
it's not a Pepe Le Pew cartoon.
Damn it.
But when I asked Mark what sort of animal companion would he like, the word giant skunk came to as a response rather quickly. So
Yes, it did.
yeah. This is not the DM forcing weird animal on player. This is player asking for weird animal from DM.
This is player forcing weird animal on DM. No, keep it away from
So
me.
Rosie at a current
It
level.
was this or a turtle to slow him down.
Silver Monkey. Why would Silver Monkey send you here? We have no horses here.
No, she said if you want training horses, not to come here. But if you want training with animals, which I do, to come here.
Yeah, but why would she tell you to come here?
Well, because because of this. He shows this symbol of Maliki.
Ah, Lakelander. Yeah, the Lakelanders respect the Elder Woods enough. Well, I'm a Lakelander, but not anymore. I'm more animal than Lakelander.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Apparently, you like to crawl, crab walk, slither sometimes,
Yeah.
and fly by the looks of it.
Why wouldn't anyone want to do that? 2 legs are so oppressive.
Well, I get along just fine on mine, though I've got to admit, being an otter looks friggin' awesome.
You're not from around here. Your tongue is
Well-
strange.
Well, yeah, I'm not from around here. I'm not a Lakelander, actually.
Okay. lowering himself down from the tree, you realize, oh shit, he's still part animal. He's got a monkey tail that he's using to lower himself kind of down, and then he's looking straight up at you. You are a much taller half elf than he is. He's only like 5'8". This small,
Maybe these are the short ones that Galeth was talking about.
small, wrinkly old man covered in dirt, wearing loincloth.
He is really neat, actually. I wish I could do that.
He smiles. Rosie, huh? She's rather smart.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Aren't you, Rosie?
Usually you only get one-word answers when you speak to an animal.
I could teach you. Rosie's well trained. Well, she's smart enough that she doesn't quite need training anymore. Isn't that right, Rosie? Rosie dips her head up and down. Rosie understands our ancient tongue. He's speaking in Elven.
Okay. Azulin switches to Elven. Does she now?
She looks up at you and blinks. Int 3, she can understand a language. So Silver Monkey sent you here because you wear the symbol of Lakelander. But you're not a druid. Yet you can speak to Rosie.
Well, yeah. Gifts from Maliki.
Yes. It's not unheard of. Yes. Yes. Come. Both of you. Come.
He follows.
He brings you to a small grove. The grove has an ancient feel to it. Well, it's not a grove to Maliki. It's a bunch of stones at the base of a very large, gnarly oak tree. Here's where I have bonded with animals before. Here is where the great Beast Lord himself bonded with some.
The great Beast Lord?
Oh, there are all sorts of giants that have walked through Runeshoyde, as he points to the distance where the cliff is. You can kind of see from the edge of the forest the town. Or at least the plateau that the town's on. One. His name was Xanthar. He was friend with every beast. He was 10 feet tall and all muscle, and the beasts, they loved him. Bird, cat, snake. He's got his arm through his legs pretending that it's a penis as he's saying snake, and he thinks it's the funniest joke ever.
Alright. He's thinking like, well, if I lived in the woods alone, or for how long, yeah, I probably think it's funny too.
He came from some great place, but he spent time here. He left some of these buildings. The pilings into the ground. Might have been him. The great Beast Lord. If they speak of a man who tamed beasts and used them in battle, they could see through their eyes. Yes, and likely draw upon their strength. He's maybe making things up. It was Xanthar.
Okay. Xanthar, eh?
Master of beasts. When I heard of the story when I was young, I came here, or wanted to, and avoided the Orc lands and found it. And all these critters started coming when they felt my connection to Xanthar's grove. Isn't that right, Rosie? He gives Rosie a little pet. She beams. Yes. Not horses, though. He didn't like horses.
Why is that?
Horses are really dumb.
No, I've never had much use for it either.
And then maybe Xanthar's people were enemies with those of the horse spirit. I'm not sure. Xanthar clearly was not from Vosgard. Perhaps he came by way of the tree. Or that way of the stones that they speak of. Anyways, Xanthar left behind holy places to the earth that the beasts come. You must have seen at least 10 different varieties of birds and critters on your way here. Come to think of it, the forest seemed quite alive.
It's quite a lively forest you've got here, actually, yeah.
It's an exciting day when beasts come, but even more exciting when a beast that is trainable that comes. You can't train every beast. Not all of them are like Rosie here. Say, if you ever come across something that needs a new mother, or perhaps babies, eggs, sucklings, cubs.
Bring them here.
Yes.
Oh, I could do that, sure.
We don't have any pigs. No war balls yet.
Alright, see what I can do. Right.
Somewhere, somehow, Gallus' ears are tingling.
The boars that we have, are they both the same sex or are they two different?
They were both gelded males that were trained for work.
3 days and I'll have them combat trained.
Might be 6 if they don't already know how to combat.
No, if they're already trained for riding, it's only 3.
Ah,
10
10 days later.
The boars were
Because you took a day off.
trained for labor. They're trained for pulling.
Crap!
Yeah.
Alright. 6 whole
12
days.
days later.
with the proper results, but yes, I think what we're getting at is that cavaliers can train animals quicker. Can you make sure that it's not your animal companion that you can train quicker?
No,
or
it's any animal.
It's just any animal? Okay.
Yeah, and you get your level if the animal was trained as a mount to begin with, as a bonus to handle animal check.
I tell you what. She is beyond trained. And you are a priest of Miliki. Are you not?
Oh, yeah.
I'll teach you the bonding ceremony. And if it takes, because you're a friend of Silver Monkey, you can help Rosie see the world. And she can help protect you with her foul stench.
It'd be a surprise, wouldn't it? What do you say, Rosie? Want to give it a shot?
Rosie understands her name.
Yeah.
The bonding ceremony. If it does not work, then it is not the will of nature. And Rosie is a very interesting representative of nature itself. Hold on one moment, though. What affiliation are you?
Affiliation?
Yes, what branch or sect of Meliki?
The one from... with the hen that comes out from the earth there. That one.
I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, it's not from around here.
Do you allow cities?
What do you mean, do I allow cities?
Alright. So you're not an animist or neo-shaman?
Yeah, I've never been called that.
You don't belong to any neo-shamanic army?
No, I'm more of a independent, nomadic kind of wandering priest sort of thing.
Alright then. I just want to be clear. Zybar don't take sides like that.
Yeah, alright. Yeah.
Just watch out for those types.
Yeah, them Neo Shamans is
Well, the pendulum swung a little bit far, in my opinion.
yeah, way too far to that direction. That there.
There's got to be priests to be friends with the animals for my trade to even work.
Well, yeah.
Learn to live with nature.
Why wouldn't you? It's great. After the ceremony, you want to smoke some weed?
Druids.
So basically, Azildan's trying not to make diplomacy checks. He's using drugs to make friends. Got it.
It's just like bringing gifts or anything else. You know, you bring a pie.
Right, exactly. Here's some alcohol.
I might work out to a total of +1 to my diplomacy check.
Okay, so this is how Azildan basically bonds with Rosie, and you took the 5th level feat that raises your effective druid level for animal companion.
Yeah.
So Rosie is now an effective 5th level animal companion. Her stats are in the OneNote.
Does Rosie follow the rules of Puff Puff Pass?
Rosie doesn't smoke weed, but
Okay.
Wait, I'm confused. I thought you weren't a ranger.
I'm not.
He's a priest.
He's got
with a
animal
plant
domain,
Animal domain.
Oh.
and then he acts like a several levels less, but then he got a feat that raises the power of Rosie.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
I think Rosie becomes large at
like level 4
7th
or
level.
7th.
Yeah.
7th level.
And large is a significant increase to her strength.
Yeah, there's a strength increase and some other stuff too, I think.
She gains 8 strength, loses 2 dex, and gains +4 con at 8th level.
Strength? Ouch.
Yeah. At that level, you may want to retrain one of Rosie's feats, which is weapon finesse.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Because she's int 3, she can take feats that are not normally used. Available to animal companions.
I suggest you skill-focused diplomacy, persuasive,
Deceitful.
deceitful, and then she can pretend she's a cat.
I would recommend ability focus.
Skill,
for the,
focus, craft, weapons.
So the feats
Ability focus, stench.
Yeah, the feats that I gave her for 1, 2nd, and 5th are ability focus, musk +2 to DC, weapon finesse at 2nd, and light armor proficiency. Zybar lets on that Solvamanki sent a message by bird before he even got here, and that your reward, or part of your reward of helping save the village, was Rosie being taught the ceremony that takes you to bond with animal companions, and that Rosie already has some equipment. So she's got masterwork leather barding, some saddlebags, a saddle blanket, and some empty quivers.
So wait, she has armor training?
She has at 5th level light armor proficiency. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That's pretty wicked, yes.
So he had all this stuff ready for you as you were bounding through the wilderness, trying to. You were trying to hide at DC at 13, and taking twice as long to get there.
Yeah, it was pathetic. I get it.
So not only was he warned ahead of time via animal messenger that you were coming, it was they saw you from a mile away. Okay, so you've gained your animal companion. Cool. She's a little bit weak in her medium size.
Now. Yeah.
And
That's
the musk is only usable twice per day.
Yeah. The musk is more of a retaliatory thing, because he will not be able to retaliate in a social situation. However,
I'll just have the skunk start spraying musk.
yeah.
So she does. She does bite claw. So this starts to get really cool, or gets really potent when you consider all the battle buffs running.
Yeah.
And then remember that you have share spells with her.
Yeah.
So you can cast your own personal spells to augment her, and she's got evasion because she's an animal companion. So just sort of
Righteous
reminders,
might on the large.
because it's been a couple of very
Animal
long,
growth, righteous might.
It's been a couple of long campaigns since Mark said an animal companion, so I just figured reviewing that with him is pretty neat.
But otherwise, there's Rosie. The guards of the gate don't know what to make of it when I called the species a northern Zerillo and Isildan come back. Although she's wearing armor and has, saddlebags.
Yeah.
The guards are like, they stop you at the gate. They go and fetch someone that can actually talk to you. Salr Wyrmbein comes down. Her brow furrows slightly.
You brought a stinking skunk!
That's Rosie.
Is this your companion? She's hesitant to come within 30 feet of Rosie.
Yeah. That's Rosie.
Does she know not to spray?
Oh, she knows. She's beyond trained, this one. Isn't that right, Rosie? Give me paw. Give me paw.
Rosie gives you a paw.
There we go. Buddy.
Rosie kind of does this coo and rubs up against your leg.
See?
I will explain to the folk in town that Rosie is your friend. You may want to limit her movements.
Rosie's a 100-pound skunk.
It's a big skunk.
Yeah.
That's a lot of skunk. We'll just go throw out there that big ass skunk.
That's growing.
That's growing.
It's growing.
Because
It's a full 100-pound skunk soon.
It'll eventually be that. I will let the guards and the townsfolk know that Rosie is friend. I would try to limit her movements to Salr Wyrmbein.
Well, I'll take her right there. Bet she knows where home is, you know.
You may want to talk to your alchemist friend about a salve.
What for?
In case you get musked.
Well, she wouldn't do that. Again. And he looks at her, gives her a look. That is a foul smell, isn't it?
There's lots of nice smells in there. Never been in a
Yeah.
town. They got lots of eat.
Well, I got news for you. It smells like human poop.
Yeah. But they got lots to eat.
Yeah, we'll get you some pies or something.
What's pie?
Oh, it's delicious. It's really, really good. I'll get you some.
I'm assuming you're using your animal.
Yeah.
your animal.
Yeah. Whatever the hell
Right.
skunks sound like.
Because she can understand you, it's just she can't speak back unless you're actually using your commune.
Yeah.
Salr Wyrmbein nods quietly and then explains to the guards that, oh, they pray to the gods. as a giant skunk comes into town.
The skunk is more frightening to the guards than if I'd brought in an actual Wolverine, I'm sure.
Okay, so I think Uker and Oberon are busy penning spells when
Where are they pinning spells?
they're at Salr Wyrmbein. There are like chambers in the back of Salr Wyrmbein. There are 4 to each side that you can use as bed chambers or like
Okay.
common areas and that sort of thing. And this back area kind of acts as a kitchen or a livery.
So on Oberon, he didn't actually have that many. It's a day and a half.
Okay.
And it's I sent it to you in a thingy.
So a day and a half, and then Oberon, I think, did some training to learn Crafter's Fortune.
I need to learn that one too, which I can from him, but I still have to pay for it. You know what? I need to get Crafter's Fortune. I forgot about Crafter's Fortune. So Uker is going to write out a bunch of spells.
Okay.
And is going to
Well, you're
learn...
still doing that. You actually see Isildan charging down the lane. Or not Isildan, Galeth charging
Get
down
off my
the
horse, Isildan!
I bonded with it.
Fuck you!
Oh, that would be so assy. Stealing someone's mount.
He loves me. I can't do it.
He loves me more than you.
You bond with somebody's horse, that doesn't have a bond with the horse, but you don't let on that you're bonded, and then at the last minute, you betray them. Kingdoms for a loyal horse.
Evil druid.
Yeah.
What
So
a douche.
Here's what you do. Here's what you do. You take one of those druid archetypes where they have multiple animal companions, and you bond with a bunch of different horses that are all the horses of some important people.
And the horses just assassinate them in their sleep.
It hurls them off, bucks them off, and just stomps on their head.
Why? What's wrong with your brain?
I don't know, an evil druid? I don't know.
Okay, so
Is some-
Uker's throwing things real far. Lokrik and Ingrid are actually are sparring. There are lots of townsfolk that are drinking mead and watching this as Sir Galeth is practicing riding over dummies that have been set up like big bags of hay on sticks, sort of thing.
Marty, can I
Yep.
Can I make a request? I was looking at the trample feat, and I realized that that's completely pointless for me because improved overrun on the horse does the exact same thing.
Sure.
So can I change that out for wheeling charge?
We haven't finished leveling yet, so yeah, go ahead.
Sweet.
Unless this feat is so.
What? No.
Wheeling
You don't have to look at it.
charge.
Just agree with it.
Doesn't sound like a standard feat.
It's from some weird publication.
Cities of Galarian, yeah. When you're mounted and use a charge action, your mount can make one turn of 90 degrees as part of the move, as long as each part of the move is at least 10 feet.
So we can charge around stuff.
Allied creatures do not impede your charge, though you cannot attack from one end from...
I think you can attack through an ally.
Oh,
You cannot attack from or end your move in an ally space.
Got it. Why did they do two things with a feat that you probably spend both feats to actually get? Damn you, Cities of Galarian 50.
Because it has prerequisites, and you have to be level 5. I don't know.
You would probably take the feat just to charge through allies.
I would take the feat to go around corners. When I charge through allies, I'll take overrun. Or not overrun, charge through.
Please don't overrun me, because it won't work, because I'm too buff for your horse.
Yeah, okay, you could take this feat, that's fine.
Okay,
As
is?
As is.
Alright, awesome. Sweet!
Too buff for your
I'm going to say
horse.
your allies have to be smaller than the horse, though.
Okay, sure, that makes sense.
That's the tweak.
So I can't charge through the allied Tarskew?
No, you can't charge through a large Uker, is what I'm saying.
Okay. That's fine.
Unless your horse is somehow huge and you were large.
Technically, you can overrun a creature larger than you, but then...
Good luck.
Yeah,
Okay, so
you're fully buffed. I don't know if I could do that.
Rosie's a little bit off edge when this horse is thundering down this lane, and it's just running through dummies. What are you telling Rosie to do as the horse is continuing?
Just stick by me, relax, it's okay.
She's raising her ass up at the paladin though.
No, don't do that. It's not nice. He's a friend of mine, kind of.
Does my place have skunks?
No.
No. You're
I'm gonna go pet the big kitty.
Okay.
Oh, look, it is a giant kit!
So Gallus slows down and sort of rides by it as he was knocking over multiple dummies, and then Uker wanders over after throwing a bunch of like javelins, hissing at Uker.
Gallup is
Please,
patting Lamry on the side of the neck.
Who's a big kitty?
Good girl.
Big kitty.
He's not a cat. It's not a cat.
Give me a
I
charisma
don't-
check at +4 to keep Uker, who's a little bit too manhandly, from.
He's touchy-feely.
Yep.
What's he gonna do? Scratch me. What's he gonna do? Scratch me.
You just want to get it out of the way now, do you?
Yes, please.
Charisma check at +4.
Ultra Zildin.
Yeah,
It's quite the badger you have there. Where'd you come across that?
9. I got a 9.
Okay, so it's spraying Uker. He doesn't like to be touched by
See, now that's no way to make friends now, is it?
All right, make a ranged touch attack with the musk.
I have uncanny dodge.
+7.
Ah!
So Uker maintains his dex
Really
bonus.
shitty touch AC. Oh yeah. Oh no.
You got sprayed.
The giant skunk can spray in a nauseous musk at a single target within 30 feet as a standard action. You must make a fort save, DC 14, or become nauseated for 1d6 rounds.
Oh, that's terrible.
That is terrible, yeah.
I make it barely.
Okay?
What is your what in the blazes is your badger doing?
It shows it its ass, and now you're only sickened for 3 rounds instead. If you failed, it was 1d6 rounds of nauseated and followed by 1d6 minutes of sickened.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a huge debuff.
It didn't get you right in the face, but it got you in the chest, and you're like, oh.
Uker is stripping in the street.
Lamry rears back. She's not happy.
Oh,
about this.
Lamry doesn't want to be anywhere near it.
Well, she has scent, right? So
Yeah, if you let her, she's riding away from the skunk.
yeah, we'll control her, but we'll get her out of this.
Who let the Zarrillo in? Somebody yells as they're all pointing towards Azildan.
And someone's like, what? It's his fault. He was roughhousing.
Svarklo comes out and his angry-looking face on him as this seemed to disturb some nearby bees and that sort of thing.
Uker points at the cat
Ingrid Locust.
as he's stripping his clothes off.
Rosie, which is her tail tied, like nothing happened, or her tail kind of held high, kind of bobbing around, just continues up the road with Azildan, like nothing happened.
Yep.
Oh, I'm going to pee on that thing at some point. I would make an alchemist piss bomb.
Svarklo's looking at you. You probably ruined some honey. But he even steps back a little bit to let Rosie and you go by.
It's a vicious debuff if you actually.
There are children laughing at Uker as Uker's now naked with his armor and his armor off, standing in the street, trying to get this filth off of him.
Stinky strong man. Oh well.
Give Uker a hug. Uker's going to go hug Assel's head.
Azildan runs as fast as he can. Come on, Rosie, come on!
Come back here, little shit.
Alright, Expeditious Retreat Potion. I am chasing Assel's around. I'm going to try to hug him.
I spend key points to increase my speed by 20 feet.
Oh my god.
Okay, so who wins this?
I move at 70 for 5 minutes.
He would win until I start jumping on buildings.
So a few moments later, Azildan's standing on this building while naked Uker is yelling up at him.
Galith is sitting on his horse about 50 feet away and just laughing uproariously.
Give Uker.
I will yell
People
right.
are laughing, but they're also like covering their mouths at what's going on. You give them something to laugh about that day. Good for you guys.
Nope.
It's around this time when Uker has taken multiple baths, and Locrick's bathtub comes in handy.
Locrick's bathtub comes in handy, and he asks very nicely for Oberon to help with the prestidigitating of the stuff, because we're sharing spellbooks, right? Scrolls and stuff.
Oh, Oberon complains. What is that rodent?
It is not cat.
Like I told the knight, his horse has to remain outside. That thing should jump off the cliff, says Oberon.
So according to the etymology for skunk, it breaks down into an ancient Proto-Algonquin word, which basically translates to fox that pees.
Nice. I like the Spanish word Zorrillo for skunk. It makes you think twice. What is it again? Yeah.
It's a piss fox.
Well, apparently Rosie just kind of goes wherever she wants, and she has scent herself, so she finds where Zildan's like bunk is, and just kind of curls up in your straw bed.
I was going to sleep there. You can sleep on the floor. There's not enough room for both of us.
Yeah, she skirts over and makes room.
Fine. But if my feet get cold, I'm sticking them under you.
It's fine. Rosie's your companion. You can sleep in the same bed. And this might be the reason why Zildan's got an 8 charisma.
Yeah.
He's kind of a stoner, and he smells like bush and skunk.
He's lucky he's got an 8 charisma.
With that description.
Right.
It's because he's funny. Counteracts it.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's pretty easygoing, I think. Lokrik researched a non-standard spell called Bladed Dash.
Nice.
Good spell.
Yep, this is
Awesome
example one of
spell.
the ones where you have to edit because it's way too powerful if you don't.
Is there time to learn 2 non-standard spells, or
So 10 days of training and then 2 non-standard spells of first level brings us to 20 days.
okay? But I also spent 1 day writing out other spells, so,
Right, so-
I'm now that Oberon knows Crafter's Fortune, I can use his spellbook as the resource.
So are we paying for our training out of the 800 some gold that we picked up?
Yep.
Okay.
So the resource moves with us, even if we,
Yeah. So you can move with you.
So what I'll do is, I also spent 1 day crafting potions.
How long did this take for Oberon to
Day and a
finish
half.
the spells? A day and a half. So he's got like 3-4 days left.
Yes.
Oberon. So there's a guy waiting for you guys outside. He's one of the guards. It's actually cursed. Gotta find his mini.
Okay. I crafted, just as a heads up, I crafted 1 anthill potion and 3 enlarged person potions, all cast level 1.
Now, during this time, have we been able to, like, learn the Vostlandic language?
Yeah, you're rapidly approaching on the 20 days, and at the end of the 20 days, I said that you can spend your languages. So you've got a pigeon of Vostlandic at this point in time.
Okay.
Sorry.
Curse is waiting on the steps. It seems like he's hesitant to even go into Salr Wyrmbein. Hello?
Zildan will go meet him. Morning.
Hello.
Uker, Zildan. Gives Zildan a nod.
He nods back.
You're
I've got nothing else to say
Are
to him.
both happy to meet you in Vostlandic.
Hey, not half bad. He nods to you.
Where
Would
do
you
I
like
go
coffee
to
or
pee?
tea?
Really? A skunk?
Zorillo.
Yeah, a giant Zorillo. I've seen them before. They get huge.
Yes,
No
And
one's
they
ever going to want to tangle with you, friend.
that's right.
Uker's gonna give him a big one-handed sort of hug, one of them shoulder grabs.
Okay, so you've gone out. He seems like to be he's hesitant to go into the place. You haven't received many visitors beyond people going on that special day to give respects to the White Wizard. They don't go in this building.
It's the It's a big dragon skull.
Yeah, it's where the heroes come from.
It's the gods come here.
Yes, exactly. They have a deep-seated respect and fear of the gods, and perhaps